Well, Mariah, this is the part of the session that I call a summary of what we've talked about. I've heard what you've been saying about why you feel that you're here. It seems to me that your life has always stunk, and that you feel you have no real direction for your life. Also, you mentioned that you don't believe your parents have ever listened to you. And, in fact, no one seems to value your input. Also, you do not feel close to God. You feel that your prayers don't go anywhere, and that He doesn't care about you. Does that pretty much sum it up?
Well, I suppose so.
Great. I think that we really need to focus on your relationship with God. I think that we can set the goal to establish a biblical theology of God that will improve your relationship with Him.
Well, my relationship with God does bother me, but I believe my more pressing issue is direction in my life. I'm not sure if I should move away or just stay in the area and keep working on it.
I don't think that there's anything more important than your relationship with God. In particular, Jesus Christ. I think that if we can straighten that out, then everything, well, almost everything, will fall into place.
I know you are a counselor and you're trained to help me, but I believe the direction issue is more important right now.
Mariah, one of the consequences of having a poor relationship with the Lord is that we place other things, even finding direction for your life, before Him. That's idolatry. Perhaps that needs to be the goal that we address.
If you feel it's best.
Great. Glad we collaborated on that goal.
Well, you saw Ryan's goal-setting skills and techniques. Now we'll see Dawn work with Charlie on setting goals.
Charlie, we've had 2 sessions together. And in those 2 sessions, you've shared with me your fear of losing your job and of losing your car. This has caused you to be plagued by stress, anxiety, and sadness. You've been unable to function properly in everyday life. You're at your wit's end of what to do if you should lose your job because your business has been your life.
Wow. When I hear you say that, it just seems even more overwhelming.
Well, you're weighed down with the burden of all this. And one of my goals in dealing with people is to help them come to grips with the reality of their situation. It would be unfair of me to try to minimize the reality of it and to try to steer them in the wrong direction, although in my heart, I would like to help them minimize it.
I appreciate that. You know, one of the things I've liked about these past 2 sessions is that I get the feeling that you care.
I appreciate that. God has gifted me with certain abilities to be able to help others, and it is my mission in life to do so. But apart from that, I think what we need to do, Charlie, is establish some goals as we work together through this. It's kind of like the old adage of eating an elephant one bite at a time. What we need to do is break it down into manageable bites.
That's hard. I just wish we could just deal with all of it right now, but I know that's not possible.
What we need to do then is to establish what is the most urgent issue to deal with at this time.
Well, one of the biggest needs right now is for me to get a job. I mean, my wife's paycheck as a nurse brings in good money, but if I let my business fail, I would have failed my family as a breadwinner.
So you see yourself as a failure. Perhaps that's where we should start first. You're bearing the burden of the loss of your business as if it was entirely under your control. Maybe we should go ahead and enlist the services of a vocational counselor to help you in your job search.
Note the interaction and collaborative process that Dawn uses with establishing therapeutic goals. He and Charlie have identified the most pressing issue, which will become the focus of the initial goal.
Okay, let's pick up the thought about what really led to the closing of your business.
So, you think I'm being too hard on myself about this?
I think we need to take a good, clear look at everything that led up to the closing of your business. Kind of like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. Maybe what we should do is take maybe one session or two to try to unpack it. What do you think?
I'm not so sure I'm even going to come away from this with a different perspective, but I think it's a good idea to probably sort some of these things out with an objective person.
Okay. So our first goal will be to establish two lists. One, listing the influences that you had control of over your business. The other, the influences that you did not have control of. This will help give you a better perspective of what really happened in your business and your role in it.
Not all SMART goals will look the same. The key is that you have a clear path forward for your counseling work.
As for developing a SMART goal, I believe that we've arrived at it in a way that works for this problem. In this case, the goal is a process goal. It is establishing an agenda for our work together over the next one or two sessions. We're looking specifically at what led to the failing of his business. It's measurable because we will have two separate lists that provide a more balanced view. In addition, the goal is clearly attainable and relevant to his failure belief. Our timetable is, at the most, 2 sessions.